All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us again. Today it is episode 8, which is crazy. I feel like time flies when you're having fun. Today we have the lovely Linda from Animal Services, and I'm so excited for her to be here. She brought some lovely fur children for us to meet in a little bit, so we're really excited. They are all available for adoption and looking for their forever homes. So let's get into it. Linda, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
And Animal Services, how did you get involved? Let's kind of talk about that.
Well, basically, I had worked out of town for a little bit, and I had always wanted to volunteer for Animal Services. And when I did come back to town, I did have some time on my hands, and so I thought I'd take that opportunity to take the time to spend it with animals. So at the time, I was really interested in dog walking, so I would actually come, quite honestly, almost every day to walk a dog. And I just got really involved, and then I started, I became the volunteer coordinator. Mm-hmm. And then after that, a position opened up as an animal care attendant, and I applied and got the job. So that's how my journey at Animal Services started.
That's awesome. Okay, so, and I don't know if you guys know this, but the social media, when it basically the social media for Animal Services is done by Linda. And we were just talking about this actually before we started, and the social media is absolutely amazing. It changes a lot of, rescues and shelters, lives for animals, right? So how was your passion? Like, how did that even happen? Like, did you just ask, and just offer your assistance with that? Or?
Actually, well, it started off as volunteering. Mm-hmm. So quite honestly, I can't even remember how it actually started, how I got into taking these pictures. But yeah, I just started taking pictures of the animals, and I asked if I could participate in the Facebook. And so I started to post these pictures, and then I sort of took over from the person who was doing the social media, and then Instagram started, and it
blew up.
It blew up, and it really was a passion of mine. Mm-hmm. I actually found I didn't realize how. I always knew I liked animals, and then with the volunteering that evolved, and then the job, and then the social media, and then I realized how much I absolutely love, and one of my two loves, animals and social media. Yeah. So it really did blow up to this much more successful than I had ever thought it would be, but it's such a great way to reach out to the public. Absolutely. We sometimes get calls from all across Canada asking about our animals, and so the amount of people it reaches on a daily basis, and it also is just even a pick-me-up. We get messages saying how people appreciate seeing our stories, our pictures, how it makes their day. So not only are these animals having a larger opportunity to become adopted, they're being exposed. So it benefits everybody.
I think that is definitely a key factor, right? Because it's like social media is so popular nowadays. So really, reaching from all across Canada, like how you just mentioned, that's crazy, and that's such a huge success for your organization. So obviously, we want to celebrate that because it's amazing. So we kind of discussed you getting involved in everything like that and your passion. So let's talk. Do you have animals of your own, and how do you enjoy, or how did you, I guess, fall in love with this idea, and what does it mean to you?
So I think. Well, I do have 3 animals at home. Rex, I have, he's a lab mix that I got from the Humane Society here in town. And then a year later, I adopted my dog Sasha through New Hope Dog Rescue, who takes from Animal Services. And then just recently, 2 months ago, I adopted my first cat. And so all 3 boys in my house. So I think in adopting my first animal, it really stirred up this idea of rescuing and being so passionate, because once you have an animal, you realize their needs and how much they need to be loved, and so that just basically fueled that.
That's amazing. So it's just crazy how that all happens, right? That actually happens for a lot of people. Your first adoption, it kind of leads into, potential volunteer opportunities and stuff like that. So it's great to see. Obviously, we have some felines walking around and hanging out with us today, so we're quite excited. Again, you guys will get to meet them in just a few minutes. So a little bit different. So I know the Humane Society and rescues, they don't actually do licensing, to my knowledge. So what does that actually mean to license your animal, and what is the benefits of it?
So an immediate benefit to licensing your animal would be that the animal does have some form of identification on them at all times. And so, when a license is purchased, it does go towards our programs. And so, and then the animal is wearing the license. So when the animal is found, it's an easy way to, first, the person who finds the animal knows that there is some sort of form of identification. They can call the number and say, to Animal Services and say the number that is registered on the tag. And so that's the fastest way to have your animal brought back to you. So the animal can either be brought to your home the first time that it is running at large, or if it's brought to the shelter and the owners are contacted. So that is probably the best and most beneficial sort of aspect of licensing your pet for a pet owner.
And is that comparable to, because I know that like there's microchipping as well, so what is the difference of them?
So with the microchip is embedded inside the animal's skin, and so the animal has to be scanned in order for the microchip number to show up. And so what I like to tell, and we do give a tag each time we microchip an animal. So when there is that visual around the animal's neck, then someone at the tag, of course, then someone can say, okay, well, this cat is microchipped and this cat is licensed and there is identification. Whereas with the microchip, it needs to be scanned. So if someone finds an animal, we strongly encourage them to bring them to a vet or the Humane Society or Animal Services to be scanned for a microchip, because that's not visually seen.
Yes.
So it actually has to be scanned. And so from that point, a number shows up, and then we call the appropriate number to a particular microchip company to find out the owner information. So it's really critical that if you do find a cat or a dog and there is no ID, to call Animal Services. And so I know one of the questions is, what do the officers do, our animal control officers? And one of the things that they do is they do respond to calls. If you find an animal and it is confined, the officer can scan the animal for a microchip. So during officers' hours, the officer can come to your residence or wherever the animal is found within city limits.
They can come right to you.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. So if you find a dog and there's no form of ID, so within the hours that the officers are working, they can actually come to wherever you are within the city and scan the animal for a microchip. So you don't actually even have to go to the vet or come to Animal Services. You could just call. Now, we do ask that cats are confined, and that obviously that a dog is confined, where, if an animal is running at large and cannot be caught, that's a little bit it's a little bit harder.
Yeah,
but if you have a dog in your backyard or a cat in your porch or something like that, then the animal can be scanned. Now, the benefits of the microchip is the fact that, it is embedded in the skin, so it doesn't fall off or it doesn't get, caught on something or anything like that. It does need to be scanned, but also the microchip information is only as good as it has to be updated.
Yeah.
So if you do move or if you do change your phone number or something, always make sure that you're calling the microchip company and updating that information, because sometimes we do get animals at our shelter that the number is invalid or a change of address or something like
never
that.
happened.
So if to make sure that you're always, every couple of years maybe, or a year, or anytime you move, to make sure that you're calling the microchip company and updating the information so your animal could get home safely.
Yeah, that actually is a really good point. My mind wouldn't even have gone to that, because I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure I moved and I didn't even update any of my cats' microchips. So good job.
That's what you're doing when you get home today.
That's what I'm doing today. Anyways, guys, so we are going to be right back. We're going to talk a little bit about the success of the amazing Christmas campaign that Linda started last year. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, we are back. Thank you for joining us once again. We are here again with Linda from Animal Services, and we are going to talk about the awesome Christmas campaign that he really likes my coffee today, that Linda actually ran last year. So Linda, let's talk about that. But first, we gotta introduce this guy really quick.
This is Buster.
Buster, how long has he been with the shelter, approximately?
Well, quite honestly, I can't remember off the top of my head, but he is one of the cats that has been there the longest amongst a couple of them that I have brought today. So Buster is definitely, he's looking for a home, and he's such a good little boy.
Yeah, you can tell. So we're going to talk a little bit about him, but for the time being, he's going to hang out with us and look cute as all heck. So Christmas campaign. So let's talk about that. So it started last year, and what was it called?
Well, we have actually been running it for a few years now, and so it's called the 12 Strays of Christmas, and this year it's starting on December 9th, so that's this coming Monday, and it's going to the 21st of December. And so basically what it is each day we feature a different animal. Right now we have cats. We don't actually have any dogs up for adoption, but that obviously could change at any time.
Yes.
But so what happens is I feature one cat a day, and our cat adoption fee is actually discounted to $50 plus tax plus a city license. So the total is $71.50.
Wow.
And so the animals are spayed, neutered. They have at least their first set of vaccinations. They are dewormed. They come with the city license that's added on to the price, and they are microchipped, and they come with 6 weeks of pet insurance.
Wow.
So a lot. And so it's a very exciting time for us.
I think like a lot of people too don't really realize, like, you know, especially around Christmas time, people are jumping to go to, and I know it sounds bad, but to go onto certain websites, and they're finding these free kittens or these free puppies and stuff. But I don't think they really realize how much actually goes into it. So like you kind of just mentioned, their vaccinations, their microchips, their licensing, everything. So it does make a little bit more sense sometimes, to actually go into our shelters, and our rescues, and to really maybe meet some animals through there, because you're really saving the first additional fees. Obviously, an animal, no matter what, in any case, is very expensive to own, and so we always want to make sure that people know that. Even for myself in the past, seeing cute animals on social media, you're running to them all constantly, because certain time, I feel like times of the years are maybe a little bit higher when it comes to that. So I think letting people really understand how much like the animals are actually coming with that are included in their adoption fees. I think it's really important to let them know that. So thank you for sharing that with our community, because I think a lot of people sometimes don't really know what actually is entailed into it, right?
Right.
So obviously the campaign was a huge success last year. I watched it every single day. I honestly was in love with it. I think it was such a great opportunity to feature, some felines and some dogs last year too, that, really needed homes. And, I know a lot of them in Thunder Bay, like, we have so many rescues and shelters. And so, everyone at this point in time is struggling with our animal population in Thunder Bay. But I think doing something a little bit different and featuring them in the title itself, I think was really catchy as well. And I just think that it was a really cool campaign for last year, and I think you obviously had success with it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I mentioned, it has been going on for a few years. Sometimes we do the videos, sometimes it's just pictures. I know that people really appreciate seeing the cats and the dogs on video, and so we try our best to feature them that way. But yes, with Facebook and Instagram, and we do feature these videos when they do happen on our website. So there's all ways of accessing these animals.
I think too, like Christmas time, like a lot of rescue shelters, you guys need a little bit more help when it comes down to it, right? So obviously we know that, and I know, but our community, we might not know that Animal Services is partially government funded, correct?
It is city run, yes.
City run, yeah. But you guys still need assistance, and I think people sometimes might forget about that. So I know that you guys do every year, like your wish list and stuff like that. So is there anything specifically that you need help or assistance from our community at this point in time for over the Christmas holidays?
So a couple ways that you can help is we will be setting up some donation bins around the city. So at Pet Value and at Thunder Pet. Certain locations, Gulf Lakes, Regina for Pet Value, as well as the 2 Thunder Pet locations within the city. And also we will always take donations at our office, 882 Alloy Place. And so our wish list, usually we do appreciate canned food for cats and dogs. Also, any type of toys for pet-friendly toys for dogs and cats. Any types of treats. We are also always in need of cat carriers.
Yeah, I just actually saw that. You guys posted that on your social media. So if anyone does have any extra cat carriers right now, I know that you guys are in need of them. I think too that you guys borrow them out when sometimes people don't have them when they're adopting.
Yes.
So if you guys do have a cat carrier at home that belongs to Animal Services, please make sure that you are getting those back to them because it is really, really important right now because I know that you guys are definitely in need of that.
Yeah, so when someone comes and adopts a cat and doesn't have a carrier, we do lend them out. So yes, we would absolutely love to have them back, and if anyone has any extras lying around that they're not using, we take that. Also, sometimes we need hypoallergenic food or particular foods without chicken products or grain products, so that's always great to have that could be provided in a donation form. So yeah, those are some things that we would absolutely love to have.
You mentioned too about some pet-friendly toys. I think a lot of people too don't really realize like there are, they want to give stuffed animals to all of these amazing animals, and I think sometimes they don't realize that some of them have like the button eyes, and there's certain things that are choking hazards. So I think that definitely being a little bit more cautious because obviously, I know, donations are absolutely amazing and they mean the world to you guys and every organization for that matter. But I think that, we want to make sure that, the animal's health is definitely number one, right? And so I think that a lot of people just don't really realize that. Even for myself, I used to donate that kind of stuff all the time without meaning to. I just wanted them to have a cute little stuffed animal for Christmas and to wake up with it. You know what I mean? So I think that definitely is key to make sure. Is there anywhere that they can maybe go? Even do you have anything on like the website, like through Animal Services on the city, or is it posted on your social media right now? Anything about like the wish list, or are you going to be doing that?
Well, we will. Yes, we will definitely be posting that on our social media, and then we will have something put up on our website. But yes, we'll list our wish list on social media in the near future. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, that's awesome. So probably actually by the time you guys get to see us today, it'll be up. So please make sure that you go and visit the Thunder Bay City of Animal Services Facebook page or their Instagram page, and hopefully that'll be up there and you guys can help, and it'll be very, very appreciative for sure. So all right guys, when we come back, you are going to meet the 4 lovely, amazing animals that we have here today. They have all been with Animal Services for a little bit of time and they are looking for their forever home. So stay with us and we'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. We are here again with Linda from Animal Services. We have 4 lovely felines today, and I'm so excited to actually introduce it to you guys. This is Wink. So tell us about Wink.
So Wink is a very relaxed cat. He is a male. He is neutered. We're guessing he's about 18 months old to 2 years. So what's important to know is that at Animal Services, the majority of our animals are strays, and so the ages are always a guess. So just based on their demeanor and their teeth, we sort of have an idea of how old they could possibly be, but we don't know for sure. So Wink is super relaxed. He basically likes to just hang out. He's been exploring. He's been having a good time. So he is on our social media right now. Oh, and Buster's taking a visit too. So Wink is basically super relaxed. I do have him down on the social media as not being particularly fans of female cats. However, he is hanging out and socializing with them here today. So obviously you can tell that he does do well with other cats. So basically, like honestly, the customers who have come in, they all love him. Our staff comes and visits him. Like they go to hang out with Wink. He's just an adorable guy. I think he's just super relaxed. Like he's not particularly playful. He's just sort of just chill.
So what kind of home do you think best would be suited for him from what you know of him so far?
So I think just, quite honestly, I think he would be good. He's a pretty flexible cat. Like I think he could just sort of fit into any home, to tell you the truth. Yeah. Like I think he would do well. He's just very relaxed. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't pinpoint him for a particular home. I think any home that would appreciate his personality would be the right fit.
He's so sweet. He's awesome. So Wink is definitely available for adoption. Like Linda mentioned, she just posted him on social media. So if you guys have any questions or if you guys are interested in viewing him, then please definitely visit Animal Services or give them a call, and you can meet this lovely, handsome man. So next up, our buddy that we've been hanging out with this morning, Janice is going to be walking him over to us.
Trading cats?
Yeah, or trading cats. And don't worry, guys, we're just having a great time today. Bear with us. All right. And who do we have here?
This is Buster. Buster has been with us for a little bit. So along with Hillary and Henrietta, the three have been at our shelter probably the longest out of all of our adoption cats, which hasn't been a very long time, but still the longest. And so Buster is super relaxed as well. Now, he would probably do well in a home that's a little bit more quiet in the sense that he is very relaxed and he likes to take his naps and he sort of, dictates when he wants to be pet and stuff like that. But he's, for the most part, a really relaxed cat. And so also a home that would appreciate that type of personality. So he does like to roam. He does hang out with the other cats. And he just sort of does his own thing. So we do have a very relaxed bunch here today, for sure.
You can tell he's definitely been explorative today. So we've been having a fun time with him. He likes his attention. You can tell he quite enjoys the camera. So yeah, again, guys, if you would like to meet Buster or if you have questions about him, reach out to Linda throughout social media, or you guys can call the shelter and discuss anything that you need. He's absolutely sweet. You guys need to meet him because he is so cute.
Yeah, he gets along with other cats. He sort of does his own thing, but he likes to be pet and just very relaxed. So
he's so sweet. You can just see like he's like, I'm looking for my forever home. And how can you say no to this face?
So should we do a switcheroo right now?
Yeah. See if we can.
Sweetie.
There we go.
Henrietta.
All right.
So this is Henrietta. She would probably do a little bit better in an adult home, or at least a home with older children that would respect her space if she needed it. She also gets along with other cats, males and females. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. She absolutely loves attention. And actually, I've caught her playing. But she doesn't kind of do it like sort of out in the open, but she's quite playful if you're like looking the other way. So she's actually very sweet. She is, now I did forget to mention Buster's age. So Buster, we think, is about 2 to 3, whereas Henrietta, we're suspecting she's a senior cat. So she could be closer to about 8 years old. So her fee is actually our senior rate of $50 plus tax plus license. Oh, wow. And so, so that's our senior rate for cats. So if someone is looking for, she is a very sweet cat. If someone is looking for a senior cat to give them their forever home, she would be a great addition.
No kidding. She's so calm. Like you can just tell. I think definitely, like a little bit more of a calm, relaxed environment in a home would be so beneficial. Like she's gonna fall asleep here. She's so sweet.
She's been hanging out in the shelves and sort of doing her thing. So she is a very sweet girl. She does love the pets. And like I said, she gets along with other cats, but she definitely does do her own thing. But yeah.
You can tell she's solo. Come here. Are you camera shy? She is.
Okay, let's do a little switch.
See if we can.
Come here, baby. Are you gonna come here?
We have good times.
Oh, baby girl. So this is this is Hillary. Now Hillary is so sweet. She is so vocal when she wants pets. So if you come to our shelters, she could meow. That's how she gets the customers in. She's so cute. Yeah, definitely. She's a talker. She is. She's quiet now, surprisingly. But she does.
She's just camera shy.
No, if you watch her Instagram stories, she's on there, or her Facebook stories, she's on there talking it up. So she's such a sweetheart. She does adore the pets. She likes to explore, and yes, she does get along with other cats. Now, I may have posted her as maybe preferring to be an only cat, but actually she's doing well with the cats. So when I do post the stories on social media, sometimes it's when we have just received the cats and they are new to the room. So as time goes on, sometimes those profiles are updated based on what we see and how they get along with other cats. So sometimes when cats come into our adoption room, they're sometimes scared or nervous or a little bit overwhelmed. And so that being said, we always like to be honest with our customers and let them know what we have observed. But that, of course, can change over some time once the animal is more used to the room and its surroundings. So
I think too, a lot of people, you know, when we see, you know, doesn't like, you know, preferred, you know, to be alone, like you can, you know, obviously felines, they're a little bit more finicky than dogs, you know what I mean? Like when we had you and Rudy on here as well. So we kind of learned a few things when it came to like came to canines, right? But I think too, like over time, felines can, you know, kind of coincide with each other, but obviously it takes that right home, that right family, and that patience. I think, you know, you got to have a lot of patience when it comes to it, and, you know, not maybe, you know, trying to force animals to be together, because I think a lot of people, you know, they want to get that second cat to make sure that their first cat isn't lonely. And so I don't think that, you know, even for myself, like like for myself personally, when I did that with my two felines, they didn't see each other and they weren't friends for 6 months. Literally.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No,
6 months.
We encourage a very patient introduction and integration of the cats.
Yes.
And so if you come to our shelter, we can discuss that with you. And there's also a lot of videos online that would help you. But no, I would strongly discourage people from throwing in 2 cats into a room together and expecting them to get along. So proper and just a sufficient introduction.
Yeah, I think
integration
the introduction is really,
it's really, really key when bringing two cats together in a home.
Absolutely. So maybe that will be our you know, future episode. We can have Linda back here again with our lovely felines and our amazing dogs at Animal Services, and then we can maybe bring Rudy back on here, and she can give us some tips and tricks to, you know, how to, you know, properly integrate our felines and our dogs again. I think that'd be really great. So, Linda, thank you so much for being here today. We truly appreciate it. Is there anything else that, you know, you need assistance from for our community, like right now, or is there anything that comes to mind that, or you want to say, or that we missed?
Oh, just keep checking our social media. So it's City of Thunder Bay Animal Services for our Facebook page, and then Animal Services Thunder Bay for our Instagram page. So just watch our stories. Message us. I know that I check the social media at least once a day, if not more. And so if you have any questions after hours and you can't get through to our phone lines, please just send us a message. If you've adopted from us, please send us any updates or stories. And actually, yes, if you do have any adoption stories, you can actually email them to us.
Oh, that's amazing.
And with a chance of getting featured in our city calendar.
Oh, so that's great.
If you want to contribute to that, but we always like to know how our animals are doing. So yeah, the social media is a great place to contact us and keep in touch. So
well, that's amazing. Awesome. All right, guys. So yes, contact Animal Services with any questions that you guys have about any of the felines today. And yeah, Linda, again, thank you so much for being here. We truly appreciate it. And again, guys, all these felines are available for adoption. So contact Animal Services. See you guys next time.